Hi, Brother Johansson. My name is Sarah Arrington, and here is my Stukent simulation reflection. Just as a forewarning, I am battling a head cold, so there's a lot of congestion and a lot of snot going on. So please forgive me for sounding a little gross, but here we go. This is a review of all 7 rounds in the Stukent simulation. In round one, the focus was on market research. By obtaining polls, surveys, and outside market research, I was able to identify the type of tote the target market was interested in. During round two, I introduced the new tote, a black faux leather 16 by 18 bag, which I made available for $100 a piece. Pricing was initially too low, and I missed the minimum quarter one projections by $400. In round three, I raised prices to $130 a unit, which was still a bit too low. Minimum quarter two revenue projections missed the mark by over $18,000. Promotional offers hit the mark based on previously reviewed research, with the target market receptive to the charitable contribution to Ronald McDonald House, a free wallet as a gift with purchase, and a $15 off coupon good for immediate use on qualifying purchases. Advertising began with a focused spending on the top social media sites that the target market said that they enjoyed using. In round four, pricing was raised again to $150, this time surpassing the quarter three revenue goal and earning just under $166,000. So much better. Promos remained the same, ad spending was slightly adjusted, and 3 new in-store distributors were selected based on the location, type of retailer, and average price point, all with positive results. Round five remained consistent with price promos and distributors. Ad spending was adjusted again, this time with funds allocated to magazine ads. This choice was based on outside market research that suggested magazine ad spend ranked third after social media and internet ads, but this choice did not do very well, and magazine ad spending was removed for the last few rounds. During round 6 and 7, a competitor launched a new high-end bag targeting some of our market. I raised the price to $155 in round 6, and then $158 in round 7, which increased revenue. Promotions, distributors, and ad spend all stayed the same. Next, we'll go over the 4 Ps of marketing and how they were integrated into this simulation. I found this really good description of it. The 4 Ps are a marketing mix comprised of 4 key elements: product, price, place, and promotion, used when marketing a product or service. Straight to the point, good explanation of the 4 Ps. This is our product. It is the tote that we launched. Characteristics of the bag came from the polls taken, asked what our target demographic looks for in a bag: black faux leather 16 by 18, and the cost per unit for buoy to manufacture is $33 a unit. So really good margin for income. Next is the pricing. This is an overview of all of the different changes and all of the rounds. Initially, it was too low, but eventually I raised the price enough to hit revenue goals. And then I've got the revenue goals for each quarter underneath the prices. The place of the buoy tote, it was available in 2 places, initially online, then in person. The locations for the brick and mortar stores were selected based on the demographic of their existing customers, what kind of traffic the store experienced, and at what price point they sold other like items. Expanding to in-store sales helped revenue increase substantially, with the stores bringing in $44,308 in quarter three. And then the 3 main promotions that we used in the simulation did really well. The selections of charitable cause, free gift, and coupon type came directly from a survey asking what our target market would prefer. And then in my little bar graph, you can see that the coupons continually generated the highest revenue for each quarter, but they were all very close. Ad spend was the most difficult area for me. I could see that our main money makers were Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I experienced minimal returns with other social media sites like Pinterest and TikTok. Losses were taken from ad spend in Spotify, Billboard, and TV ads. Because of no return, those ad campaigns were only attempted once or twice before more lucrative options were focused on. And then I added up what I spent versus what came in. Facebook was the most dramatic results. I spent $25,000 total and revenue was over 213,000. Billboards lost the most. I only attempted one round of billboards, and with such a loss, I decided billboards were not for Bowie. And then here are some of the challenges and successes I had over the course of the simulation. Some initial issues were with low pricing. I was nervous about asking for the max price that my target customers said they would pay in their surveys, but that ended up being the best price point, was the $150 mark, and then eventually $155 and $158. My positioning statement ended up being a little wordy, but it included all of the necessary key points to describe the product market or the product and the market need. The ad spend continued to be a challenge. I experienced some losses in Billboard, TV, and Spotify in 3 different rounds. As far as successes, I established a product, promos, and distributors. That was pretty easy for me. All it took was reading carefully over the market research that was provided and purchased and offering the customers what they said they wanted. At the end of the simulation, my product creation and campaign ended up earning the company a total of $201,000 and $201,364, and that ended up being in between the end revenue goal, which was between 195 and 220,000. And then in the class, I ended up marking 13th highest. Top 10 would have been good, but I'll take 13. Here are some of my initial beliefs and how they evolved. Going into this marketing class, I assumed we would learn mostly about advertising, examining different types of ads and their effectiveness. Marketing as a whole is so much more than that, I soon discovered. I was surprised at how analytical and psychological it can get. One of my favorite lessons over the semester was on the perceived value of goods and services, especially the concept of prestige pricing. I'm a cheapskate at heart, but I do love certain high-end makeup and skincare brands, and reading over those lessons and studying over that concept did make me rethink what draws me to certain items, and really showed me that marketing can be very powerful and very effective. Overall, this was a really fun course to take, and I had a positive experience throughout. Thank you so much for watching my presentation.